But that's the whole tragic point, my friend.
What's up, everybody? This is your boy C. Sams, and this is That Comic Show. We are back in the building, back doing the thing. The comic book season has kicked off. Technically it kicked off.
This is the first one.
This is the first one. So you know what we're here to do. We are here to talk about the movie that just dropped. Captain Marvel came out this weekend. I already told you who I am. So
this is your boy J Rose, aka I Am Legend. It's That Comic Show. Got to do the intro, man. You got it.
I did do the intro. So you already know what we're here to do, yo. This is gonna be the review of the movie. Off the gate, off the bat, spoiler heavy. We're gonna spoil this movie for you. So if you haven't seen this movie yet, why are you watching this? But then again, it's alright if you're watching this because we're gonna spoil everything for you anyway.
And whether we like it or not, go out to see the movie for yourself.
Yeah.
Make your own opinion about it.
Exactly. So you know how we do. We're gonna talk about pros and cons, speculation. We're gonna give you our ranking, and then we might chop it up a little bit. Who knows?
Got some theories for you.
Woo!
Got some good theories.
That's what we're here to do. So let's jump right into it. Let's talk about the pros.
Pros. You want to start with pros or cons first?
All right, let's start with cons. I think let's get the cons out the way.
I like starting off with negative stuff, so we go right into that positive later. So that's pretty good.
That's why I like this guy.
So cons. I felt like first of all, Captain Marvel is not one of my best characters. In the comics, she was never an important character to me anyway. I know in the past 5 to 10 years, they've been actually pushing her out a little bit more. I think she was like one of the leaders in Civil War Part 2.
Yes.
And everything like that.
Yes.
But like when we was growing up, the only reason why we knew Captain Marvel and Miss Marvel was because of Rogue.
That's it. Rogue getting her powers from Miss Marvel.
And I always thought like, oh, Rogue got dope powers, so I wanted to see the actual person that had the powers. So this is kind of my introduction into her. But let me go with the negatives. So the negatives so far, the middle of the movie was a little slow to me. I'm an action type of person. There's a few action scenes in the beginning and towards the end, but in the middle it kind of slowed down a lot. I didn't necessarily like that. I thought it was okay because it was giving you some information and a lot of background, but I still would have liked to see her more powered up at her full power. I would have wished they would have showed more of that.
I could agree with that. The movie did slow down a little bit in the middle, did kind of lose me. I'll keep it real with you. This movie was very confusing to me.
I was in your post.
I was very confused with this movie.
Talk about that. I don't understand how you was confused.
So all right. So I get it. We're in the 90s. This movie is taking place in between some of the events. So I'm looking at, all right, Iron Man kicked off everything, but then again, Iron Man kind of.
That was later on in 2000.
That was in the 2000s, right. But then we also have other movies that kind of touched on S.H.I.E.L.D. back in the 80s, back in the 90s. Yeah. So I remember Captain America, Winter Soldier, and how they were talking about how, Nick Fury, how he became Nick Fury and everything like that. And, he had the bald head and the eye patch. And I was trying to figure out the year. I'm like, okay, this happened in the 90s. So he lost his eye later on. I was trying to understand that, and I kind of didn't like the fact that he lost his eye like the way he lost his eye. It was like I wanted it to be a little bit more dramatic.
Well, they kind of played on that when Coulson came in later to ask him like, oh, I heard that you was tied up, they burned your eye out and stuff like that.
Yeah.
He didn't say yes or he didn't say no, so it's kind of one of those things where everybody think it's something bigger than what it actually was. But then, so even us, we thought it was like, oh, some big type of thing happened.
Right.
Lost Fury's eye when it actually wasn't. It was just a cat scratch.
But that was the other thing too, because I was like, all right, well, in the same movie Winter Soldier, when he showed the eye, he was like, to keep up with me, you got to keep both eyes open. He showed his busted up eye, and I was like, oh, okay, so he has his real eye that's still kind of clawed up and scratched up, but I'm like, I don't know, that just got confused. I was like, did we do that?
Isn't this an alien also? So maybe it got infected. Maybe that's why.
Okay.
I'm thinking like, was it Winter Soldier got like a little white out all the way? So
yeah.
I don't know. Maybe.
I
don't know. But that's what you was confused about?
That I was confused about.
I thought you was confused about the story.
Not the story. The story made sense to me. The other thing that got me really confused, and a part that I was still kind of like, huh? The Tesseract. So again, this is spoiler heavy. The Tesseract is in this movie, and I'm like, all right, why is the Tesseract back in this movie? I thought we were pretty much done with the Tesseract. I get that we lost the Tesseract at the end of Captain America. Howard Stark fished it out the water. That way they had it, S.H.I.E.L.D. had it the entire time, but then, you know, it was actually put on the spaceship with Dr. Larson and all that stuff, and
Dr. Marvel.
Or Dr. Marvel, you know, and I was like, I get that, but I was like, man, why did they throw the Tesseract back in there?
You had to throw it in there.
I would have loved to see a different Infinity Stone if that was the case. I get why they did it.
Well, actually, this is too much positive from my side. I don't like this. This is supposed to be the negative part, but I guess I gotta explain it. So, because they kept on saying we need a light engine, like a light engine, whatever.
Yeah.
And I'm thinking the whole time, like, we're seeing them doing space jumps. I'm like, why the hell do they need a light engine? That don't make no sense to me at all.
Yeah.
And then when you finally realize it was a Tesseract, and what the Tesseract do, where it goes,
it's a space stone.
Bang bang, as you see, like on the stars people, it took them like 22 hours to get to Earth because they gotta find a jump hole. With the Tesseract, you don't need that. You don't need to find a jump.
Yeah, you just
go
straight
there. Yeah, exactly. So I thought that made sense. Like, you needed a Tesseract. No other stone could have did that.
That's true. I mean, me personally, I just was like, all right, man, we got 6 stones. We know about the 6 stones. Let some other stone get some shine. I think the Tesseract has just been. It's the 90s. It's
90s, and remember, only the Tesseract was on Earth.
That's true.
Except until the Mind Stone came. So, of course, it had to be the Tesseract.
Okay, fair point.
Knowledge, man.
Fair point. You're dropping knowledge today, man. You're dropping knowledge. First time.
Just trying to help you out. I don't know, man.
Oh, here we
next
go.
time you invited me to movies, which I can explain it to you. So, other negatives that I had. I don't know if this is a negative, but I guess it might be a negative. Or it could be in speculations. The future of the Skrulls. Where the hell do they go with this?
Where do they go with this?
I was banking on like a Super Skrull coming into the universe later on. I was banking on a Secret War happening. See, I was actually hoping that maybe some of the Avengers were, you know.
But that's the thing, though. They left that very open-ended because they had a few of them come to Earth, and they were all, you know, they were disguised and everything like that. Who to say that there were more that didn't land on Earth and decided to say, all right, well, since we don't have a way back and since this war is kind of finished, let's just blend in with the Earthlings and just go from there.
That's true.
You know, they left that very open.
That they didn't even want to communicate because they were so scared because they was being run down on.
Right. So
that's a possibility.
That's an open-ended question right there. So that's my whole thing. I got so excited when I realized that, all right, so the Skrulls are in the universe. That means they could have been here the whole time.
Yeah.
They could be an Avenger. Like, Super Skrull has to come, and I think that's going to happen when Fantastic Four gets involved.
Yeah. And I don't think that's a negative. That's a thing I would.
No, that's a positive. I think
it probably is a positive.
We're actually with the positive already.
So you just want to go to the positive? Wait, do you have any more negatives? How do you feel about Brie Larson as Captain Marvel? How do you like about her performance?
Let's keep it real. I thought she was bland. I thought she was bland in some parts.
I don't know who Brie Larson is. I never met her or seen any films or TV show. But even when they introduced her, I was like, I didn't get nothing.
That was a lot of people's problem with Brie Larson. Like, people didn't get it.
Connect.
You know, people didn't connect with that character. It was like all the other characters for all the other movies, they all have some type of connection, or you can relate to something that they've done before. But Brie Larson was just like one of those characters. Like, that's an odd choice. But you know,
I wouldn't say it's an odd choice because she looked the part. Well, she looked like a '90s version of Captain Marvel, but like not like the new Captain Marvel. If you ever see the new Captain Marvel, she looked like more pro women, like
more
with
the mohawk and just women's rights and all. I get that,
but this one didn't have that. This one looked like a '90s version. Like, if it was a Captain Marvel in the '90s, that would have been her.
Honestly,
which was weird.
Before they were saying that the Emily Blunt was in the running. And I would have wanted to see Emily Blunt because ever since seeing that movie, Live, Die, Kill Again, whatever, when she was playing that role, I was like, That's Captain Marvel right there. Like just a badass type chick that can just do whatever.
Agreed.
Emily Blunt really didn't come off as that bad chick. She just came off as
Brie didn't come off.
Brie Larson.
Yeah.
That was probably, but that didn't bother me though.
Yeah,
That really didn't bother me.
And that's why I didn't want to put it in the negatives, because actually, like I said, this version of Captain Marvel actually I actually gravitated towards her.
Okay.
Because I think you guys know the story by now if you're watching this. Spoilers. So she was coming as a little lost, 5-6 years off her planet. She didn't know who she was, and so you kind of. So I like the way they did her origin, because they didn't make it like a complete origin story. They kind of like mixed it in where things are happening now, but she's having like flashbacks and things of that manner while she's trying to get her memories back. So that was pretty dope.
They really made you think like, all right, well, is she really a human? And she's an alien, but is she an alien but thinks she's a human? So they really did a good job making you pay attention to the movie. And I think that was, I mean, at this point we're pretty much talking about pros.
Oh, this is all pros.
Yeah, so I like how
they
they made
negatives. I was trying to make stuff up. Tell you the truth.
It was just really those two things for me. Like, everything else was just like they did a real good job. I mean, the storyline was really good. It starts you off with the action. You already see the character. She's already in her element. What I loved is how they connected this movie to Guardians of the Galaxy 1. They connected that universe perfectly. Even the little subtitles on the end where they tell you the different planets that they're going to.
Star codes.
Yeah, all that stuff was from the movie. And then you see Ronan the Accuser, Korat the Pursuer. You see those characters.
And that was a twist for me, because you heard that in the comics like Kree was bad, but then she was saying that we're heroes. So that twist that happened in the middle, that I was shocked. I was like, oh,
that got you?
Yeah.
Because that said like, wait a minute, so that means the Skrulls are not the villains? So we're on their side now?
That was a dope twist.
That was a pretty dope twist. In a way, I kind of thought that they weren't the villains, meaning, if you know about Ronan the Accuser, all he does, he just wants to purify.
Yeah, exactly.
And it's not like he's doing it in an act of like evilness. He believes in his heart, just like Thanos. He believes that what he's doing is for the greater good. Yeah. So that's his whole mindset, and all of his soldiers, they have the same mindset. So are they really the villain?
Well, it's war. So, and I think Nick Fury said a line about war, like, somebody is in war, or went rogue in the war or something like that.
Yeah.
But that's what it was. It was a war between the Skrulls. Skrulls did something bad to them, probably.
Yeah.
And they did something bad to them. They're trying to eliminate them all. So
I like how they twisted it.
They eliminated the Skrulls because they didn't want to comply with the AI.
Yes.
And you know what? In the beginning, when they mentioned the AI part, I'm like, wait, y'all leaders an AI program? I don't think.
I get that.
Yeah. When I heard that, I'm like, I don't know about this. I don't know if they're actually good guys from the get-go, but I was like, whatever. No.
Yeah, just dismiss it.
Just dismiss it.
Because you think the Skrulls is the bad guys, but in actuality, they turned out to be the good guys. So, it's the movie makes you pay attention to everything about it. It's not just one of those movies where you sit back, eat popcorn, and you just chill. You got to pay attention to the movie, because now a lot of things from this movie is going to help carry on to the next couple of movies that we see. Because again, the Skrulls are loose. We don't know what's going on with the Skrulls. Is there a bad Skrull out there who sees all this power opportunity and wants to get it for himself?
Now you sympathize with the Skrulls, so when you do see him, you're going to automatically think, they're good
guy, and then
boom,
kill somebody.
And boom, they go in there like, okay, now they're the regular Skrulls.
You know what's going on. See, that's what happens. Another thing I like with the movie was Nick Fury, man, Samuel L. Jackson, yo. He was, from beginning to end, yo, he was just hilarious the entire time. Even with that cat. I mean, they were saying they were saying, yo, the cat is the star of the show. I'm like, I don't see the cat as the star of the show. He was good.
Wait, because the cat name's Goose. So every time they're like in an airplane or something, Goose, they had no seatbelt, so he was always chilling.
He was always in bad
he's always in bad position. So he was pretty funny, but nah, he wasn't the star of the show. Tell you the truth, you like Nick Fury. I thought Brie Larson was the
star.
Yeah, I think she owned it. Like Captain Fury, I guess I don't want to switch over to negative, positive, but Fury, I just don't understand how Fury became Fury now.
Yeah.
From Fury then. Fury then didn't look like anywhere near Fury now. It was just
That's a good
weird
point.
how he got.
Because he mentioned all the. He mentioned Budapest. He mentioned all these different wars and stuff like that. All these different battles he was in, but he came off like a regular beat
agent.
cop. Yeah, like a regular agent. So I didn't. That was another thing that kind of tripped me up because I was like, well, how do you jump from being a regular agent to being Colonel Fury?
We gave him 10 years. They were 12 years. I think this was 96, maybe.
96. So
12 years.
Nah,
before
but he
became
was
director of Fury.
I don't know, man. Because if my memory served me correctly, when they were talking about when Shield was first coming up, and Nick Fury was Nick Fury, and he was already bald, eye patch, all that stuff, and this was in the 80s, I think. If I'm not, I'll go back and check, but I think it was in the 80s. Man. But I don't.
One thing Marvel do is the continuity is pretty. It's pretty good.
It's pretty. Yeah, it's probably on point. It's on point, but
like even where I like how they introduced the Quinjets to us when they
those were prototypes.
Prototype
Quinjets. So that was really good. They know what they're doing.
Yeah, that's because of good writing.
Perfect. Yeah, they got it. The cat putting the Tesseract inside of him. Now my question is, what is up with this cat? What kind of alien is this cat? Because his tentacles. He was like a Groot almost, like the tentacles were just knocking down everybody. And he was like, how am I gonna take the Tesseract out of this lunchbox? And he was just like, I was like, okay, so where has this cat been?
That's what the cat is. He's there to help.
But then they get the Tesseract, but okay, I guess I'm thinking
did you stay to the end?
I stayed to the end.
Well, he threw the Tesseract back up. See, pothole done.
I just didn't see the purpose of the cat. The cat was cool. I just didn't see the purpose of the cat. But all right.
Well, that is the cat was pretty much part of Miss Marvel's
storyline. So all right.
I forgot the original cat name. It wasn't Goose. I think it was Chewie.
Okay.
From Chewbacca. The reason why they call it Chewie.
See, I don't know nothing about that. So
we told you we're not really Captain Marvel fans.
Nah. I mean, she good. She's great.
Another positive. Yeah. The first end credits.
Okay.
One of the best I ever seen.
One of the best you ever seen.
Maybe because I want to see Endgame that much, but one of the best because it gave us something. Even though I was mad because I was like, oh, that's too short. I want more, but
honestly,
it was epic.
So I've been on this campaign that I'm not watching no trailers for Endgame. I'm not watching.
So you was upset that you seen that part.
I was a little upset that I sat and I watched it because it was already up. Like, you know how Marvel do. Marvel don't set you up. It's like it's there. I'm like, oh, I gotta watch it. And I'm watching it. I'm like, all right, this is what they're doing. So that means they had to have found this transmit, and that's why they're trying to crack the code and see who he was trying to get in touch with.
Wait, actually, you know what? So what do you think about that? Since you didn't see the trailers yet.
I didn't see no trailers.
Okay, so
the fact that I see the fact that I see them, I'm okay with seeing them because I know that they're alive. I know that they had to regroup and everything like that. I don't know how much time has passed.
Okay.
I don't know if any of the trailers have shown how much time has passed between that snap and present day.
So I'll say this. You might as well watch the trailers, cause see how you got nothing really from that except for Miss Captain Marvel's there.
Yeah.
The trailers give you nothing except for these people are here. That's it.
That's it.
They don't tell you where they're at. They don't tell you who's doing what. It's just them looking sad. That's all it is.
I might do it. I might do it maybe the day before the movie drops.
Oh, come on. We're going to watch it right after we cut this off. I'm going to get you to watch it, man. You at least watch the Super Bowl one. Super Bowl one is 30 seconds. It's short, but you need to watch that one at least. At least. I'm going to give it a watch one.
We'll see what happens. I think the best part of the entire movie, the best part of the whole entire movie was the tribute to Stan Lee in the very beginning. Where is it at? Yeah. As soon as I saw this thing right here, and I was like, I need to get this because I need to have this in my. I don't even buy Entertainment Weekly, but I needed this because the Stan Lee, man.
I had to say I almost had tears when that came up.
Yeah.
When I seen it, I'm like, oh, Stan Lee. And
I got emotional. I ain't gonna lie, I got emotional. I was watching, I was just like. And then it said, "Thank you, Stan." Yeah, they did it perfect. They did it perfect. Even have him in the movie where she looked at him, And he looked at her, smile. She just smiled. I was like,
Oh, man.
did you know? Did you know?
Oh, he was reading his lines from what's that movie? Mallrats. It's a Kevin Smith movie. That was like his one of his first Stan Lee's cameos, whatever.
Yeah.
And that was the exact scene.
Yo, that's crazy.
Oh,
I know Kevin
Smith. Yeah.
Kevin Smith must have loved that part, man. He had to get emotional for that, man.
Of course.
Yo,
Yeah,
but
Kevin Smith got better just to watch the Avengers movie.
Yeah. That's what's up.
He's going through his thing.
But yeah, to me that was perfect. I love that. I love that part. Yeah.
That was a good intro.
Oh man, what else was good? I think the fight scenes was pretty good.
Fight scenes
pretty awesome. We get an idea
more
of her
hand-to-hand
power.
combat, which I like.
Yeah.
I wasn't expecting that. She was moving.
She was moving. I
like scenes. I like seeing the Star Force fights too.
Yeah.
I forgot all the names, but they was pretty dope. They fought in the beginning. They fought Miss Marvel at the end, Captain Marvel at the end.
Yeah.
But those great fight scenes.
Those were good fight scenes. I like the fact that they showed her power.
Yeah.
Because this movie right here was not supposed to be earth-shattering, big hit like Black Panther was or anything like that. It was supposed to be a movie to introduce you to a character, and that's all the movies. That's all these movies are now becoming, just to introduce you to a character, so that way you're not lost when they pop up in the actual movie.
She would have popped up just after Endgame. Like,
who this?
Why is she here?
Like, I love Marvel. They dropped the seed. You see the pager, you see the emblem, and then boom, you see the movie, and then you see the
why
pager.
She did it. Why she took the page in the first place.
Right. So it's like it all makes sense. Now, my brother, Deceptively Awesome, he said to me today, he was like, what did he say? He said, this movie made, her power makes so much sense in the way of, she's not strong enough to defeat Thanos. Nice. So this movie really gave you an idea of her power, but also let you know, she's not going to be the one to get the job done.
You kind of disagree with that in the group chat, didn't you?
I didn't see the movie yet.
Oh, okay.
I didn't see the movie yet at the time. So now I can say, okay, she's powerful, but she's not overly powerful. I mean... No.
What I like about the MCU specifically, they don't carry over the comic superpowers into the MCU. I mean, they're not as strong. Like just Hulk, for instance. Like the Hulk in the MCU is not as powerful as the Hulk in the comics. Not even close.
Not even.
So they kind of like dumb them down a little bit.
Yeah. Which
I kind of like because never mind. But I kind of like it. I like it that way. So you kind of make it more realistic. I want to say because the strength of the Hulk is. It pretty much, you won't need, like, Thanos would have been done, pretty much. I don't think it would have been a real fight.
It wouldn't have been a fight. Technically, that's the one person that Thanos himself has said he tried to avoid getting into scuffles with is the Hulk.
Unless he had all the
stones. Unless he had all the stones.
Once he had all the stones, it's like, nobody's really messing with him.
He didn't have the stones, but still, he put my man down. I was hurting. I still can't watch that.
Too.
I still can't watch that beginning part.
It wasn't even a full minute.
He beat the brakes off him, man. That he didn't even get up and walk away. He had to get lifted up and sent out. They stretching the man out. That was hurtful, man. That was hurtful.
Yeah.
But other than that, I mean, this movie was really good. I mean, it was a very good surprise. I mean, people were bashing this movie.
It to be good
people were saying that it was going to be a flop. I don't see that.
No,
I don't see that. It was good.
And once again, I think she's like a C character, maybe a B-list character.
I would say a C character.
C character.
Not a lot of people knew. Like whenever you say Captain Marvel, people still get confused about Shazam and all that stuff, and Miss Marvel, because it's like, all right, well, what's the difference between Captain Marvel and Miss Marvel? That whole thing. So it's confusing. Her story is confusing.
Like her story was pretty much, like I said, the reason why we got into Captain Marvel was only because of Rogue.
Yeah.
In the 90s.
X-Men.
And later on in the new comics now, the new Miss Marvel, the girl from India, I believe, she idolized Captain Marvel. So that's why she became that. So I mean,
it's weird.
She's a good character that people jump off of to make better characters, I guess.
That's it.
Like I said, this movie was pretty dope, and I like the way they did her.
Absolutely. Man, let's you got anything else?
I think we good. Go to speculations.
Let's get to speculations.
Well, what would you speculate?
So the speculation that I got, right? I think I only got the one. Is the Skrulls.
Pretty much, yeah.
Who the Skrulls gonna be? I think that one of the Avengers is actually gonna be a Skrull. Now,
everybody's saying Hawkeye.
I was just about to say that. Everybody's saying Hawkeye, but I don't think it's gonna be Hawkeye.
I don't think you gonna have regular kids.
That too.
So, I don't know.
So
unless his wife and them is Skrull, that mean.
I think that.
I don't think so though.
I think Black Widow. I think Black Widow is a Skrull.
Nah, I don't think she's a Skrull.
Nah. She's been around the whole time.
This is
she
true.
can infiltrate anywhere. She's the top spy.
Well, you know what? That's why. Because she said she can't have kids because of what they did to her. But maybe
that could
she's
be a
lying.
cover.
Because
That's why. That's why I think she could be a Skrull.
Okay.
That's my one and only speculation. This movie didn't really. I mean, you saw the Skrulls.
Yeah, everything was happening in the 90s, so anything we was going to speculate about was going to happen with the Tesseract.
Yeah, it already happened.
Was going to happen to Nick Fury's eyes.
It happened.
Was going to happen to Coulson. I mean,
we know what happened. So can't really speculate too much, but
yeah,
that's what I think. I think at least one of the Avengers is going to be a Skrull.
Okay.
What about you?
You
said you had some theories, man.
Oh well, I thought we was going.
Let's do it now. Let's do it now.
Theory time.
Yeah.
Well, my theory's not really about Captain Marvel, it's more about Endgame.
Oh. All right.
Yeah.
So let's finish up with Captain Marvel, then we can get to that. All right.
Grading.
Grading. So I gave this movie at first. I gave this movie a 7.5 out of 10. The only reason why is because there was just parts of the movie that I felt was inconsistent to the timeline, especially with Nick Fury. As much as I loved the character, a lot of it, the way he looked, the way he became an agent, even at the end of the movie. Oh man, I forgot to mention that the Avenger. So the Avenger Initiative, they get it from. I like that. I like the nods. They have a lot of nods in this movie, and I appreciated those. But I just thought the inconsistency with Nick Fury really got me. That's what made me bring it down a little bit. However, that touching tribute for my man Stan, yo, I had to bump it up to an 8.0, man. I had to give it an 8, yo.
Okay.
Just for that, yo.
Okay. So this movie, I only seen it once. Right. So at first I gave it an 8.5 because when you come off the theater, like, oh,
you got that high, yeah.
Exactly. So everything looks good until you start thinking about things like whatever. So I'm giving it an 8 also.
Okay.
But I think this is gonna have the Guardian of the Galaxy 2 effect on me, where I gave Guardian of the Galaxy 2 like a 7 when it first came out. It's something low. But it's one of my most watched Marvel movies now. I'm giving it like an 8.59.
Wow.
So I think it either go up like that or it go down like Doctor Strange for me. Doctor Strange
went down.
Was a 7.5 or something like that, but it started going down.
Wow.
I didn't really get into the arts.
Interesting. Wow. Okay.
But I think at an 8, it's okay. It's a solid movie. I can't be upset with anything. The characters was great. Always judge movies by the story, the writing, the characters, and pretty much the setting. And for Marvel, the continuity. See how they do that. They hit all the boxes for me.
All right, that's what's up.
So 8.0 for now.
Yeah, 8.
May go up next time I see it. May go down next time I see it. But
it's gonna stay the same for me, unless I see something different. I'm probably gonna see it again this week
because I really liked it. That's why. I'm thinking about it. Because, like I said, with Guardian of the Galaxy 2, when I first seen it, I was comparing it too much to Guardian of the Galaxy 1 until I rewatched it several times. And I'm like, oh, no, this is a pretty good movie.
Yeah,
it's pretty dope.
We was talking about that earlier. We were saying that like Guardians of the Galaxy 2 was a really good movie. Like.
Dude,
some people was like, "Oh, it wasn't as good."
Film, like, what's going on here?
Yeah,
I was
good.
To make you cry.
Word up. Yeah, that was pretty much it. I mean, we ain't spoiled too much for you guys. We hope, but
we told them everything.
Pretty much did. But the movie was great. Yo, go out there and see this movie. Take your daughters to go see this movie. Take your nieces. Take your moms. Your brothers.
Take your sons, man.
Take everybody go see this movie. The movie was really good, yo. Support this movie. It was
Definitely
really good.
Definitely worth it.
All right. Well, we're gonna sign off, and this was that review for Captain Marvel. like, share, and subscribe. Click the notification button so you can know when we drop new stuff. We out.
Peace.